Imagine a world filled with corruption and violence, where humanity had turned away from God. The Lord saw how great the wickedness of the human race had become on the earth. Violence filled the land, and every thought of man's heart was only evil continually. Streets once full of laughter now echo with cruelty. Cities crumble under selfishness and fear. Yet in this broken world, one man stood apart, quiet, bowed in prayer, a lone light in gathering darkness. In the midst of ruin, hope begins with a single faithful heart. But Noah found favor in the eyes of the Lord. He was a righteous man, blameless among the people of his time, and he walked faithfully with God. While others pursued their own desires, Noah listened for the voice of his Creator. He tended his household with steady hands, taught his children reverence, and held fast to what was right. His faith was not loud, but it was real, steady as a torch in a storm. Then God spoke to Noah with a command that would change everything. Make yourself an ark of cypress wood, make rooms in it, and coat it with pitch inside and out. Genesis 6:14. I'm going to bring floodwaters on the earth to destroy all life under the heavens. The words hung like thunder, a warning, a rescue, a test of faith. Noah's obedience would become the bridge between judgment and mercy. For years, Noah and his family labored on this massive vessel. Neighbors mocked them, children laughed. Markets whispered that Noah had lost his mind. Friends questioned their sanity. Yet they measured, sawed, and hammered at dawn and dusk, united in purpose. The ark rose like an impossible promise on dry ground, huge, strange, undeniable. With every plank they laid, their faith grew steadier, a quiet conviction against a scoffing world. Then came the moment that proved God's faithfulness. From every corner of creation, animals began arriving at the ark. Pairs of every kind of bird, every kind of animal, every creature that moves along the ground filed in. Majestic, awkward, trusting. Lions, doves, elephants, beetles, each found its place as if guided by an unseen hand. The scene felt miraculous, tender, and orderly, a living testament that God preserves life. Noah, his family, and all the animals entered the ark. Then the Lord shut him in, Genesis 7:16. The sky darkened, rain began to fall. The springs of the great deep burst forth. Water swelled and swallowed the horizon, lifting the ark from the dry ground. The floodwaters rose over the earth, Genesis 7:17, drowning the old world as thunder and torrents roared. Inside the ark, fear and faith rode the same waves, carried on God's protection. After many months, the waters began to recede. Noah sent out a dove, and it returned with a freshly plucked olive leaf in its beak, Genesis 8:11. In a quiet moment at the ark's window, Noah received the dove and bowed his head. Relief and gratitude softened his face. Around him, his family wept and embraced, sensing that judgment had ended and restoration had begun. The earth was becoming dry again. Life would start anew. When they finally left the ark, God placed his rainbow in the clouds as a sign of his covenant. I have set my rainbow in the clouds. I will never again destroy the earth by flood. Genesis 9:13. The sky bloomed with color, a promise written across heaven. Noah's story reminds us that faith and obedience meet God's mercy. In our darkest hours, choose trust over fear, obedience over comfort, and hold fast. God's promises endure. Faith brings life. God keeps his word.